Hello there engineers, and welcome to this video for Prompt Geek. Let's start this video with a question. Have you ever had a situation where you've created an image using Stable Diffusion and you love everything about the subject? The person looks amazing, the composition is perfect, but the lighting lets it down, or the background is not what you wanted. The worst thing you could do is have to redo it all and hope for a similar result. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you a piece of software that will let you relight the image completely using AI. I'm going to show you how to use it to make amazing AI-generated images where you control the lighting. So let's get into it. The software I'm talking about is called SwitchLight by Stable.ai. And as you can see here in the example image, you can fully relight your photographs in a very convincing way. But here's the thing, we can also do it with our AI generations from Stable Diffusion. And then we're going to actually take it back into Stable Diffusion afterwards to make it all feel a lot more grounded in the surrounding environment. So how does SwitchLight work? SwitchLight uses AI to turn your image into a very detailed normal map. It also does something called albedo, which takes all of the shading and the lighting information out of the image and makes it look very flat. Then what it does is it's able to figure out how the light would interact with that face based on the normal map. So a normal map is something, it's not new technology, and normal maps have been around for quite a long time in visual effects and gaming. And in gaming, normal maps are used to visually add more detail to a model without actually increasing the polygon count. The best way to show you is to show you it actually with a 3D model, as we can see here. A normal is effectively the direction that surface is facing. And then that normal is turned into a texture which the AI is able to figure out which direction that bit of your subject is facing, and then could calculate how the light would interact with it. So if you sign up for SwitchLight, you actually get given 100 free credits to use. And then, of course, you can buy more as you see fit. To relight an image is just 1 credit, so you've got 100 images to play with before you have to pay a single penny. If you want to, you can even relight video on here, though it does cost 20 credits. Having looked at the results, though, it does look pretty worth it. So let's have a look at this in action. We'll start off by, of course, creating a beautiful waifu image in Stable Diffusion. And my prompt here is photo of a young woman with brown hair wearing a dress, harsh, direct lighting. Okay, it is much more photoreal than anime waifu. I didn't want you getting too excited, did I? So I've got this image here. Great pose, great subject, but I don't like the background. It's not what I was envisaging. The answer to that would have been, Prompt Geek, why didn't you actually prompt the background? Well, I obviously messed up there, but I don't want to waste this image, so let's get it over into SwitchLight to fix that right now. Once you've created yourself an account at Stable.ai and logged into SwitchLight, you get this menu screen here, where you can search through the different types of scene that you would like your subject to be in. You've got from studio through to neon. So let's go with studio first to have a quick look at what the options are. Now, all of these are panoramic images, but they are not just panoramic, they are HDRI. This is a type of file which contains all of the lighting information for the area that the photo was taken in. And from that information, the AI is able to completely relight your image using the actual environment as the lighting source. So we probably want to go with something which has quite a bit of lighting in there just for the purpose of this demonstration. So let's go with Studio Small 1. We select Relight Image. It's going to load up the HDRI. Then we just click here to import the image from Stable Diffusion that we just created. It'll take a few moments to load up, but watch the result. And there we go. Look, the background has completely been removed, and you can see instantly that there is a difference, a massive difference in the lighting on our subject. Like I said, the way that it's figured this out is the AI has obviously removed our subject from the background, created a normal map from our subject, created this albedo version where they've removed all of the lighting information, and then applied the lighting from the HDRI map on top of her. You can export all of these layers individually, so we could export the relit foreground image of her, fully masked, and then just put her over a new background. But here's where it gets even more incredible. Over here on the left, we can move the HDRI map and effectively move the lighting. We do this, we press apply and watch this transformation. Absolutely amazing. Look at that change there. Let's do it again. With the light coming from the top left, it casts shadows and everything. It just looks brilliant. Now, it is, of course, AI, so we are getting some artifacts, especially in this angle here. But let's say that we really love this lighting effect. So you can see there's a bit of noise in here now, and it is definitely getting some artifacts in the textures. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to export just the relit foreground. We tick that box and hit download. So with that image now saved out from SwitchLight, we want to come back into Stable Diffusion. We want to create our background image. So I've switched over to Rev Animated for this because I want to get a science fiction kind of look. And so I've just created this very quickly, but we want it also to be blurry as well because it is going to be background. And Euler will work fine for this, and we probably don't even need to high-res fix it because we are going to be blurring it out. Let's generate that and see what we get. And we've got our image here. It's maybe not the right kind of lighting in terms of the color, but I think this will do fine for the purpose of our example. So let's just save this one or copy it and bring it into Photoshop. So I've opened Photoshop. You may be using Krita or another piece of software, but the principles are the same. I've got a new canvas here. I'm going to paste in our background image, resize that to fill the space, and I'm just going to add a blur to it. We don't need the detail, it is just a background for our subject. We're then going to bring our relit character into it. Now, yes, this definitely doesn't look like they fit together, but the power of image to image is going to do that for us. And we can also, if we want to create a mask layer too, say we can save the mask out separately if we think we might need it for some in-painting. But for now, let's just export this image. And now we're going to pop back into Stable Diffusion and put all of this together in the image to image tab. We want to really bring over our original prompt there, but we need to obviously add in here that it's a woman stood there with side lighting. So I'll just type that in very quickly. We're going to bring in our very basic composite image. We want to make sure that we have the right sampling method. Sampling steps are up high. You are going to need a lower denoising strength. You will need to experiment with this. I'm sure it'll take me a few tries to get this right. But let's just start off with 0.25 to get going and generate. I ended up having to put the denoising strength up to 0.5, and I kept the original seed number into the generation. And the result, pretty damn decent. Now I will need to in-paint her face a bit to make it a little bit more realistic, but you can see that we've done incredibly well. This was our original image, and this is our new one with the relighting. So really fantastic. Now if you had a particular face that you really wanted to have on the model, you wanted the same face perhaps, you could of course crop that original image down to the face and then bring that face into Roop in order to make the face the same. But this definitely works as a way to be able to relight your images and to have different backgrounds for your characters and subjects. A really fantastic tool. But it doesn't just do the HDRI maps either. I'll just quickly show you one last feature over on SwitchLight. We go back to the home. You can also relight your images using other images, and I'll just show you that right now. Let's go to Neon. You see here, these are not HDRI panoramic images, they are just photographs. But if I go here to Relight Image, I can drop in our very first generation here, and look at that. We've taken the color information and lighting information from that original photograph, and we've been able to actually recreate that with our model here. And actually the lighting on this one is probably more convincing, to be honest with you. Again, we've got the normal map, the albedo map, and then the foreground as a separate layer that we can take and use in our Photoshop or other photo editing software. Now, it isn't something that I can get to work right now, so I think it's maybe a feature that's not been fully activated, but it looks like you will be able to upload your own photo images here eventually in order to copy the lighting from your own pictures. The same is also true of HDRI maps, which you can also upload your own panoramic images to. So overall, this is an incredibly powerful tool that lets you fully control the lighting of all of your images and get amazing results from Stable Diffusion. Controlling light has always been a bit of a task, even using something like ControlNet. This tool makes it super easy and gives you a great level of control over it. So make sure that you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because I am working on this amazing lookbook prompt guide for everyone. So that's in the works at the moment, and if you want to be one of the first people to get hold of it, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and you'll know when it's being released. So I'll see you all in the next one, prompt engineers.